107.7. Good morning to you. How are you holding up? How are you doing today? Hope you're starting your day right. Today is the 6th day in the month of January, and it's a Thursday, 2022. All right. We have the beautiful Panorama ladies here again. You know how we keep your company every day at 9:15 a.m. up until 9:55. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I have joining me this morning Ibinabo Dixon. Good morning, Ibinabo.
Yep. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful ladies. Good morning, our valued listeners. Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here once again.
Yes, and I also have Buki Femi Ajala. Good morning, Buki.
Yes, good morning, Panorama family. Both here and those that are not here.
Yes,
We're
yes,
just one
right.
family.
We have diaspora Panorama.
Yes. Okay,
Panorama
yeah.
from
So family,
diaspora.
yeah. So everywhere in
Yes.
Nigeria, in Africa, in the world. Yeah.
Yes, and we also have our very own Temitope Ule joining us on Panorama today. Welcome on Panorama.
I was about to say yes, our shekel.
Yes, you're welcome to
I'm
Panorama
humbled
family.
to be amongst this able and
Mm.
capable
You know,
Ori-
right?
Ori
ladies of
Ilinwu.
the Panorama family. So thank you for allowing me to be here with you this
Yes,
morning.
thank you for joining us this morning. Yes. All right, to be a part of the conversation this morning, do have to call us up on 07000 917 917 or 090 254 You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. And you can listen to us from any part of the world at www.wfm917.com. Do also follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917. Now, we're going to be taking this story first. And last year around November, this story broke out and it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Dowen College, Sylvester Romani Jr. Released to the public. People have read it. So many people have said different things. And now this is coming in. The Lagos State government has cleared 5 students and 5 employees of the Dowen College accused of being complicit in the death of the 12-year-old Sylvester Romani Jr. They've all been cleared. Now, the autopsy put out shows out like series and series of causes of this boy's death, so many things. And looking at the results of the autopsy, it actually somehow kind of correlates with the sad story behind the way this boy died. But now this all of these 10 people have been cleared. 5 of the students, 5 of these employees have been cleared from all of this. And do we just allow all of this to just go by? So this boy's mother, Sylvester's mother, made a video last night. I saw the video and I felt very, very bad. She went on to say that her boy did not die a natural death. Like she was heartbroken. Like she was just calling on God to just avenge the death of her son and all of that. But my point in all of this is fine. God will not come and do for men what men can do for themselves. I know we call on God, but there are certain things that people have been set in place for us to actually ensure that these things are done. Now, a 12-year-old boy has died due to cases, things like this, that there are so many. Now, this part where they said there is no evidence or there is no revelation of a secret society named Tattoo or anything of any unlawful society found in the possession of any of the suspects. So that is why these people are being, we're letting them go free. But my point is, tomorrow something like this will still happen again. And how do we just expect people to get justice? Because when things like this happen, people are being bullied and harassed, people are being sexually assaulted. We ask people to come out and speak up, but would they get justice? That is the question, Ibinabo.
Okay, so first off, I want to say that the autopsy wasn't carried out by, I mean, it was not something that was personal. It was carried out in a hospital, in a certified laboratory and all. So, okay, so if I'm going to accept whatever the autopsy says, I remember that when I saw the video of the boy, when he was yet alive then,
in the hospital,
I saw that he said he was given some stuff to drink. And when I read the result of the autopsy, I told myself that could it be that it was what he drank
that led
to all of this? But I'm not a laboratory technician. I didn't even I don't even have the specimen for the autopsy and all that. But then what I would say is that government should be very careful
Okay.
because you see, people are beginning to make various conspiracy theories, various assumptions, and everything, and government should be careful. Be careful because we, to an extent, we have lost some level of trust and
Trust.
all that. So we don't want that to be completely, the little trust that is remaining. But then again, what do I say? The court is there. Even when the judgment is passed, you can appeal the judgment. So I expect the parents to take it up. If they're now okay with the results, if they feel that there was more to it, if they have any evidence to prove that the autopsy was wrong, maybe there was a little bit of tweaking here and there to let go those who are supposed to be culpable.
Okay.
Then I think the parents should take it up, because I can't sit here and begin to, say something about what I wasn't there. You understand? So feed me with information. Tell me what will convince me.
Sure.
Show me what can make me feel like, okay, the autopsy result was totally wrong. I can't sit here and say that. But I have my, because of the way Nigeria is, because of the way things happen, because a lot of people feel that, okay, the children of who is who in Nigeria were involved. So probably they use their legs and their arms to do something.
That's what people think actually
Exactly.
right now.
So the government should please try, a little bit more to convince the people, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories out
Around
there,
this topic.
and it's not good. It's
All
not
right.
good for our mental, we can assimilate it. It's not very good.
All
It's
right.
toxic. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Ibina. But to be a part of the conversation, do well to call us up on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 25455. All right, Timmy Talk, what do you think?
Well, being a mother, it's really heartbreaking indeed, and I've been really following the story very closely since it started, and it's for me, it's although I'm not even related to them in any way, shape, or form. I don't know them, but just the fact that we've heard about the story, it's still the sore is still there. I'm just that kind of a person. It just, because it can happen to anyone.
It could be anybody.
And so, the new update about this, the people, the suspects, the boys who were exonerated.
Okay.
And so basically, they have been absolved of any
of
charge.
the charge, yeah.
Nothing. So they're free. Now, this boy, before he passed away, he said a lot. I mean, he was able to say what happened to him, and unfortunately, he passed away. If he was still alive, maybe things wouldn't have turned out this way. But he was very, very detailed on what happened to him, and well, we all trust in the legal system to serve, and to really mete out justice, and hopefully we always hope that we get justice for any situation that where it demands it. But for me personally, I feel some kind of way. I just feel that I just feel justice was not totally served. I mean, I'm sorry to say, in this case, I don't think it was they should have done a detailed, which they probably did, but they should have done more. I mean, it should have been more investigation should have been done in detail concerning this case. And I really do think, because there was a time when this case was still hot and a lot of people were reacting. The sister of the boy, I don't remember her name now. I think the elder sister said
Made
she
a
got
post.
an anonymous message allegedly from one of the boys who were involved in this case, and saying that they actually have ties to the Chief Justice or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so they will get away with it. Nothing will happen. They have money, blah, blah, blah. And now coming to see that actually that is the case. I feel in my heart of hearts that justice wasn't really served
in this case,
in this matter. That's my own judgment, my own thing, my own, my own.
That's your
opinion,
take.
yes.
All right, thank you very much. Buki, let's rope this in. So Lagos State government has called on school administrators in the state to adequately monitor the students in their school to forestall any kind of negative tendencies. So now looking at this case, who do we hold accountable here? The students or the teachers who did not do their bit in ensuring that students within that school were properly taken care of, or that every child, you know every child. For example, as a teacher, I know every child in my class. When I see a certain child who is always very cheerful and bright, looking all dull, withdrawn, and everything, it is in my place to ask the students, how are you feeling? What is going on with you? Is there a problem? Is there something you want to talk about, Buki?
Okay, I will start by chipping in my own comment and then adding it to this next line of thought. I know in law, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I've read about it, that the final statement of someone
could actually be presented as evidence.
Exactly. And particularly when you know that this person is not going to survive, or there are chances, but he actually said it. And based on that, I would have expected them to have done the needful. I think they have not done the needful. You understand? If what we read on social media is correct concerning the first report in Delta State, I guess, that there was some harmful substance that was drank. And that is not even coming up in this one. And they have just given us one funny, big grammar that we don't understand. Tell us in real language what happened. But anyway, bottom line is that they have been released. But it's okay. I can only leave them with this statement that there is God. That there is
Same
God.
thing Sylvester's mother is saying, that there is God.
That there is God. I know somewhere along the line, even if you cover the truth, somewhere along the line, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Otomaleke in Yoruba, I don't know.
The truth will prevail.
Is that the truth will prevail? Yes. You understand? If truly they did it, we're mothers and we know if truly they did this, let's leave it that there is God. But back to the next line of thought.
Yes.
Who should be held responsible? I think is everyone. Because you see, it has shifted, responsibility has shifted from one person to everyone.
Okay.
The principal, the owner of the school, the teachers, and even the students. Right now, I know that the friends or the classmates or the colleagues.
Okay, fine. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Leo, calling from Lagos about the express.
Good morning, Leo. Happy New Year to you.
I wish you people the same.
Yes, thank you, Leo.
So, about the young man there, Sylvester.
Yes.
So, though I'm not surprised, there's nothing they can find inside it. It is a government. Even the Lekki massacre, there's nothing they find inside the Lekki. So, there's no problem. But all I know is that blood shed. Anybody that shed any innocent blood can never go free. Whether man or woman or whether family or group, they can never go free. And the mother of the boy has laid some causes. But people think that cause cannot work. People think that cause cannot work in life, but it's not like that. Although God is the righteous judge, I know that He's the one that will do the right judgment. But I know that the government should be careful because we have no force in them. I'm telling you, there's no force we have in government of nowadays. Because everywhere is lie every day, every time. And thank God that they are making their doing one maybe you see how they embarrass the Lagos State governor. Because when you are playing your case in a lie, maybe you see a lie.
Leo, but thank you very much, Leo. But that was not an embarrassment. That was just like a dialogue. Yes. And that's another conversation entirely, because people actually expected him to use force. But force is not always the way out. Sometimes just have dialogue with people and make headway on that. All right, if you're just joining us, it's 27 minutes to 10 on Women Radio 91.7, and this is Panorama. Panorama is where we have ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. My name is Esther Alaribi, and I'll be speaking with Ibinabo Dixon, Temitokbe, Boluleye, and Bukifemi Ajala. All right, so let's go over this the next one.
I don't finish.
All right, Buki.
I forgot.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I was saying that the colleagues, the students, that actually saw these things.
Okay.
You know, they might not want to talk. Their parents might have said, you
Fear.
know what, shut up your mouth. I don't want any wahala and all that. But you see, they are going through their own trauma.
Yeah, having to live with that truth.
Exactly. They are going through that. So it's a big concern to me now. So in terms of responsibility, I think where we need to go now is that everybody should take responsibility.
Okay.
And in fairness, let's use this as a lesson for every school owner, for every teacher, PTA, you know, parents and whatever it is. My own in concluding is, what are the processes? Can we have a standard operating processes for this?
Okay.
I know we have to do awareness, education, and things like that. But then beyond that, when students see things like this, what do they do? Where do they go to? Is there an alarm system? I'm even.
I know that.
Joanne said they have.
Okay.
You understand? I'm even interested
Okay.
in knowing what they have. You understand? I'm even interested in
I
knowing
know
what they
that
have.
some years ago, back then in school, we used to have this box we call anonymous box. So how, if you see anything, be it a teacher, principal, anybody, just if you don't want to write, just find a way of typing it so nobody gets to know your handwriting or anything. Just type it and drop it into that box. You can be sure that there's nobody seeing it, so nobody knows who wrote it, where it is coming from, or anything. And feel free to mention whoever it is, and they will take it up. But another thing is, even if some schools have this process, who ensures that they pick it up and act on it? Because that's another thing.
So it should be the
to have it in
PTA.
place, another thing to implement
Honestly, it should be
Okay,
the PTA.
so,
It should be the PTA because it can happen to any of
Anybody.
their child. In
Absolutely.
fact, right now, sorry, Bina, but right now, I even think we should be hearing more from the PTA because
Thank
their
you.
children are there.
I was going there.
The children
I
are
was
there.
going to mention the
They should not be
PTA.
they should be keeping
You see,
quiet.
there was a video, Bookie. There was a video that went viral equally, you know, at the same period.
Around the same time.
Yes.
that they did the candlelight, whatever.
No.
Oh,
They
okay.
had like some parents and some former teachers
of that
school. Particular school had a Zoom meeting.
Yes.
And next was
Put
on
out on the
social media.
internet,
Yes. And from there, a particular teacher who was a former teacher
in that school,
you know, corroborated whatever it was that Sylvester said. Then another mother, if one should take that seriously, another mother, she was, everybody almost thought that was Sylvester's mom. She was very emotional. She went on and on, blah, 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 that her son, it could have been her son. Sylvester could have been her son, because her son went through exact same treatment. And two of the names mentioned were part of the names mentioned to her by her son. They made a video of him, made so much mockery of him, embarrassed him and everything. And the principal could not do anything. She went to the principal. She had to make some noise
about it
before whatever it was they did was done. So my thought, just like Buki just, you know, pulled it out. My thoughts are, one, what is the role of PTA in that school? Two, don't forget, the fees of that school is 1 million naira per term. So you have to be a millionaire
to be able to send your child to that school.
Exactly. So it's not, yes, there may be a very wide disparity, you know, when it comes to talking about somebody's pocket and everything.
Yes.
But then again, don't forget that someday it could be your turn.
Yes.
So when PTA is so mum on this, they're not saying anything. I haven't heard anything. Maybe they have. I haven't had anything cogent.
We've not had, except for a candlelight.
Nothing cogent from the PTA. So if you see, just like she said,
okay,
please.
Temitope,
thank
yes.
you. You see, as a mother, even so, my daughter was very emotional about it.
Like,
I had to like, come. Do you know him? You know,
there's some things you see that
you just break look for something to just. He said, "No, mom, I can't. I can't just imagine it because the video was quite traumatic for anyone to even
that
view.
particular video where he was in the hospital.
Exactly,
like, it broke my heart because
you understand.
Why would another child inflict such pain on somebody?
And on a sick bed, you know, there's something. Even a lot of times you hear that when this man was about to die, he quickly
said,
confessed his sins and asked for forgiveness from everybody and all that. So for a boy, 12-year-old,
he had no cause to lie at that point.
and he said so much. He literally told us what he went through, and some persons would be very, very happy to throw all of those that he said away.
To the wind.
It's okay, but it's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate, really. And well, we are talking about Darwin College actually, but this bullying issue has gone on for too long, for so many years, so many decades, from generation to generation. And like you rightly said, what is the PTA doing? What are they doing? And one of the things I kind of deduced from when you were talking is, you were saying that, what is it that the PTA is doing? And you were talking about how it had actually happened to another person. Another mother actually talked about how it happened to her son. But in a way, they were trying to hush it. What I'm seeing is, I might be wrong, but what I'm seeing is because of the fact that they have wealthy people who are bringing their kids to school. They don't want, of course, they want their business to continue. It's a business. It's still a business, although it's an educational facility, but it's still a business. So they are very careful of losing their customers, in quote, thereby not really addressing the real issues they should be. So they're not really facing it because they're being careful not to lose, not to have parents withdraw their pupils so that they don't lose money. I'm a very real person. I see the way it is. I'm a very blunt person. And that is very, very sad. Because now we have a boy who lost his life as a result of, and who knows? And there's so many cases of this bullying that we have. There was a Deeper Life
yes,
that happened in Deeper Life school or whatever, and I really know I don't know the update on that. I don't know if there was justice served that. I don't.
Yeah, I think there was. His mother put out something on social media one time like that I saw. Yeah,
and so many issues have. So how long will this go on, and how long will this continue? Enough talk. It's time to really put
stringent measures in place,
into action, and it has to be enforced, regardless if you have parents that,
regardless of who is involved.
Who is involved? Who is involved?
All right, thank you very much, ladies.
It's so unfortunate in Nigeria. I know it happens everywhere, but it is very prominent in Nigeria. When we look at the laws, even when a person is convicted, to some, I will always say the laws are applied. To some, the laws are interpreted. You see, when the government forms the habit of interpreting the law, when some people of influence, so to say, are involved, it encourages jungle justice.
Okay.
How do we kick against jungle justice when some things are so very glaring that this is
what it is,
and you are telling me it is yellow? I mean, look at the difference between green and yellow. So the government should stand with their blindfolds, be fair, be just.
All right. That handkerchief has been removed.
Okay. Justice should be fair and just to all. Interesting. All right, be a part of the conversation by calling us on 070-317-56537 or 090-256-25455. Still talking about schools. So the Ogun State government has threatened to sanction owners of private schools in the state that admit any students expelled from public schools. The government also threatened to name and shame any culpable students at the school, zonal, and state levels where any student was found wanting. I remember last year, before we went on Christmas holidays and all of that, there was this story about secondary school students somewhere in Abeokuta or so.
Abeokuta Girls Grammar School.
Yes, that one, and some other students who were fighting cultism and all of that in secondary school. Let's take this call coming in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, WFM.
Good morning, Mr. Ambrose. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
How are you doing, Mr. Ambrose?
Good morning.
Yes.
I'm education is prof.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
I'm very happy to communicate this morning. I just want to wish us Happy New Year. To be candid, I don't know what the topic is. I want to wish Olori Oko
Happy New Year.
All right.
And all the entire crew in WFM.
All right. Thank you very much.
May the Almighty God keep you all alive.
Amen.
Amen.
You will get more adverts.
Amen.
You will get more sponsors.
Amen.
You will make more money this year.
Amen.
The Lord will announce you this year.
Amen.
And you will go places.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
I'm
Thank
always
you very
with
much,
you.
Mr. Ambrose. Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much,
you.
Mr. Ambrose. Do have a great day. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambrose, for that, for your kind words. Thank you so much. So now the Ogun State government is saying all of this. Sometimes last year, the story of the Abeokuta Girls Grammar School came out, and other students from secondary schools who were fighting cultism and all of that. And some of them were expelled.
Took the parents
to school to beat a teacher or so. So now the Ogun State government is coming out to say, if we expel you from our schools, you cannot go to a private school in the state. Private school owners should not admit them. A school of thought opines that on this case, what if this child turns a new leaf? What if? Just what if, Ibinabo?
Okay, so I read it, and to an extent, I'm happy because an action is coming from the government.
Yes.
However, before you completely slam that hammer bagam on that student, what have you put in place? Because if you don't teach them, don't blame them. What have we put in place in our schools? Do we have counselors, real professionals, who understands what it means to counsel a child? Do we have them in our schools? Where we have them, are they really working? Because so many times you see people, when you have counselors in schools, they sit in their offices and expect students to report themselves. It doesn't always happen
like that.
Excuse me, because a child does not even understand whether he or she is a complete mess. It is his teachers that will notice that, okay, this boy,
child, yes,
the way this boy behaves, and then you send this child to the counselor. You understand? But who sends the students to the counselor? Where are the counselors? Because before, I would totally support what Ogun State government. It is beautiful because it got to a point that I'm like, it's like there is no deterrent for all this nonsense in our schools.
Yes.
So it is a form of deterrent. But then again, we need to, like you said, we need to give the students ample chance.
Yeah.
So that you will know in your heart of heart that, more try. Given all of these chances, you have used up your credit, your lifeline. When it comes to educating yourself in Ogun State. So please, out. So I would suggest that we have counselors, professionals, not just picking one random teacher who probably maybe sometimes they feel, okay, this teacher has it going with the students. He or she understands how to rap with the youths. So go and be the counselor. No, they are trained people, they are professionals. So we need professionals who would know how best to bring out something that is inside of you that is making you become such, whatever it is that you have become, so that it can help you when you are not redeemable. They can begin to, look at talking with your parents and doing other things. But meanwhile, I like what the government is doing.
All right, Temitope, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, the issue of counselors is a very, very good point. Really, it's very important to have counselors in schools. But my question is, these counselors who occupy these offices and these positions, do they really, really do their jobs? Because most of the time, what I've noticed is a lot of these counselors are just given that post. They sit in their offices and they're not really doing much. They don't really counsel the kids, the children, give them a direction on what career path to, take. From my experience, at least, a school I know of, the counselor was just there.
Let me pause your thoughts there. We have this call coming in. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume of the radio.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Jennifer, calling from Idishaga.
Good morning, Jennifer. Good to have you join us on Panorama this morning.
Yeah. About the school issue, it's really...
Hello, Jennifer.
It's really gets out of hand, like I was saying. A school at State.
Okay.
That's the name of the school. The students beat up the principal, as in, so they said that it was hospitalized. And that was before they went on vacation last year.
Okay.
See, up to date, nothing has been said about it. They broke his car, his windscreen, and everything. As the teachers are scared to talk with the students. Teachers are scared to call them. Like, when they talk, they come to the class and they are like, I'm not here to scold you. I'm anything you like, you do anything. Just because of the fear of the students. Because students they get to form courts and they go behind it. They rape students in the school there. They want to see probably a new student or something. They go behind as in a bush or something like that along the road. As in, rape students do things that are crazy.
This is a very, very sad one, Jennifer. Thank you very much for calling us. This is another school somewhere. Imagine students having to rape students. You send your child to school and another student rapes the child in school. Very, very sad. Temitope, looking at this, do we say that? Because Jennifer made a point. She said that even the teachers are scared to address the students.
Well, unfortunately, our schools are not safe anymore. That's the fortunate truth. They're no longer safe anymore. We, as parents, we send our kids to school and we feeling that it should be a very safe environment for them to learn and for them to become better people for the future. But unfortunately, it's no longer safe, and it's very, very sad indeed. But continuing with what I was saying before, that a lot of these counselors in schools actually just occupy the positions. Some are not qualified for that position.
Okay.
Some are, and they're not actually doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So when you have kids that are very, very difficult, very, very kids that are
very difficult to manage,
very difficult, very stubborn. When you have kids like that, they should actually engage these kids in. I don't know if they have specific programs, because I know, abroad they do have special programs for kids like that. They have to undergo those programs.
Yes.
It could be that maybe the child is autistic or maybe special needs. And if for stubborn kids like, of such, they have a specific program. They take them through to, I don't know if rehabilitation is the good word now, but just to make sure that they are taken through that process and so that they can turn a new leaf.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Buki.
I am just thinking. I have experienced, in fact, several times.
Okay.
When this public school, it's in Ilupeju.
Okay.
When they are leaving school.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, you've got to leave the road for them. Because as they are coming out, either they are fighting. Quite a lot of activities are going on. If you are not even careful, if you park your car, by the road where they will take, they can even damage your car, and there's nothing you can do. So you had to take, this particular street. They had to block their gates so that they can now go and take another route.
So you don't pass through that place.
So it's a big issue. That's the truth. It's really a big issue. And I was just thinking that how did we even come
to this point?
They might not like what I want to say.
Okay.
But I think there's an iota of truth in it.
Okay.
Because if we go back memory lane, when we went to public school,
okay,
that it was administered, under the faith-based
institutions then.
Situation then. So we had that fear of God in the sense that you must do what is right.
Okay.
And if you don't, that, hey,
the penalties.
Exactly, from the school and from your parents. We have lost that now.
So is it from the home now? It is to be addressed?
It is from the home, from the school, from the government. Okay. You understand? The truth about it is that when you said, okay, you take all the schools from faith-based organization, whatever it is, what did you do to replace it?
Okay.
That's the truth. What did you do to replace it? As if I am entering a primary school, even from nursery, because they understand it. If you are saying, okay, you don't want a Muslim school, you don't want an Anglican school, whatever it is, what are you replacing it with? Do you have something to say as a Nigerian? Okay. This is it. Tell me, do we have that even now? Up to today, we are still saying that who is a Nigerian? It is from that point that you say, as a Nigerian citizen, you must be tolerant, you must be loving, you must be give me all the things like integrity, trustworthy, and all that and all that. That must be taught from primary school, such that when you now take them through, and then you're now telling them responsibility. If you fall due of all these things, this is what is going to happen to you. Now look at the portion we are reading.
Okay.
They know what the problem is. So I will expect them to do a holistic solving of the problem.
Okay.
They listed it here.
Media, peer pressure.
You understand? They listed it here. You talked about unqualified and unwilling teachers, which is true. You talked about the right approach, which is true. Sexual problems is true. Somebody was saying it yesterday that this season we are now, it's all about sex. Somebody was saying it yesterday. And that is why you find out that everywhere, in fact, I don't know if it's true, a 10-month-old baby, you understand? Fine. Moral laxity, the craze of easy wealth, procrastination, low self-esteem, conjunction of classes. I saw that and I said, I'm wondering what they want to do.
How they
want to address it. Security, dual registration, and ineffective communication between teachers and learners. You see, they have extracted the problem here.
Yes.
So they should go back and begin to solve it. Not at the top, but they should solve it, down there. So it's a collective responsibility.
And I also feel that parents, see, a child is given birth to. What do you do with your baby till your baby starts school?
Okay.
Because I remember that when I was pregnant with my son, I used to play this topical song.
Okay.
When you're pregnant and you're going through some things like you're feeling somehow, I'll just slot it in and I'll begin to listen to it.
Okay.
And it will calm my nerves. When I gave back to this boy, I was just doing it. I didn't know that it was affecting him.
Okay.
I would just start playing and that particular track. And this boy, no matter what, it will just calm down. Before you know it, it will just sleep off. After a while, I realized, okay, each time I play this particular track, this affected him.
Okay.
I started using it to calm down. Maybe I'm busy with something, I'll just play it.
And just keep him.
So that tells me that parents, what have you been doing with your children? Before you send them to school, how have you brought them up to that point of sending them to school? You discipline a child in the school, a parent, in fact, parents, father and mother, uncles and aunties will go to the school and go and make trouble. What example are you laying for that child? So what moral justification do you have when this child begins to behave like some child that does not even have a home?
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. Any final words from you?
No, not for now.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. This is where we draw the curtains today on Panorama. I mean, parents really need to start doing better. I see a lot of things on the internet these days, and I'm wondering, like, how is a child of 16, 15 doing all of this already? Where's the mother? Where's the father? Okay, fine. There's this they say in my dialect, they say it's not only parents that raise a child, it takes a village to raise a child. There's a way they put it, like it takes a whole community to take a child to raise a child. So when the parents, you've seen that this parent has failed, you as the neighbor, it could be the cousin, it could be the grandmother, do your bit in instilling morals in that child. Even if that child does not listen, at some point, when that child starts regretting his or her action in the long run, you will remember that this person told you. This person said, if only I had listened to this person. At that point, you know that you did something in the life of that child, but this child just refused to take all of the advice that you had to give out.
All right. Just say something real quickly.
Okay.
Broken homes has a huge role to play when it comes to.
I think we might have to discuss that tomorrow. We're running out of time.
Yes. So broken home is another key factor, which has affected a lot of kids.
All right, we'll put that down. We'll discuss that tomorrow. All right, do well to join us again tomorrow on Panorama at 9:15 a.m. with the ladies. My name is Esther Alaribe. Do have a great day.
480-76